Why so serious?
Okay, welcome to Dogman Teepee Hunting, and if you're listening to this, it'll be on the Interdimensional Voyagers podcast. I've got a very special chap today. I'm talking to. His name's Wade, and he's from Montana, I believe, and he's American Indian, and with an awful lot of brilliant stories and experiences. And I should bring him on stage now. Okay. Hi,
Hello.
Wade.
Hi.
Yeah.
In my country, we say "oki," means hello, welcome.
Okay, Wade.
I'm from the Blackfeet tribe. I should say tribes. We're also the Bloods, the Blackfoot, and the Blackfeet. We extend from United States, Montana into Alberta, and our original territory was quite more than that, but we've been reduced, and we're now have what little we have today.
Okay.
But anyways,
Can I ask you something? Is there still a lot of animosity, between the native tribes?
Amongst us,
Yeah.
just the Crows, because they kind of sold all the other tribes out.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But we're kind of coming around because they're natives. Gotta forgive and not forget. Just forgive, because the Custer, all that.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was it was for sure so bad.
Earth is actually big enough for all mankind if we just would get along.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there's been too much crap going on, and there's still a lot of crap going on, and you get it. You know what? It really hurts, and a lot of native indigenous people throughout the world in these countries, and they're just taken over, ousted out to one side. And the thing is that gets me is you've got a lot of knowledge, that has lost, and that's a shame.
A lot of that knowledge truly does come from our heart, because it was the way we taught. We taught from the ear to the mouth to the ear. We didn't write nothing down. You became a master, whatever you mastered in life, because you listened and you learned.
Okay.
Survive. You learned how to survive off the land. You learned how to coexist with it without destroying everything, and be in harmony and peace.
Yeah.
A lot of things we know, like the wild medicines and foods that grow here.
Yeah.
We can still prove to anybody, and they're more healthy for you than anything you can give us.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sure. Yeah.
Wild carrots, wild onions. Then we pick a lot of our sages, our smudges, we call them, like sweetgrass, sage, sweet pine, juniper, cedar.
I suppose garlic as well. You got wild garlic as well.
They're all our holy stuff, and a lot of our medicine plants we practice with. You folks don't even have no idea they exist yet, because we still haven't shared them with the world yet.
Okay.
And we have Indian medicines that are awesome.
Yeah.
I got to show you this one. It's called sneezing root.
Okay.
when you're all congested, and we make powder out of it. But this is what it looks like when we take the root. Oops.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
See, we pick it. This one's pretty dry now, and that's what we want. We want it to dry. See that white powder, that white stuff in there? We make it into a powder. And then any kind of congestion in your system will come out. But you make sure you don't give it to people with bad heart. We have.
Do you think, Wade? Do you think that you know, when you pass this information down from grandfather
I was
to son, and
raised by my grandmother Nellie Running Crane,
hmm.
and she was 118. She
What,
taught me.
she's still alive.
No, she passed away in about 1980 something.
118.
Yeah.
118. Oh man. Wow.
She's the one that gave me my Indian name, my first real name, Walking Bear Track, and then my legal name's William Wade Running Crane.
Okay. Right. You know, when you get look, Wade, you have to. I'm UK, right? So I'm mixed blood anyway. Okay, so I'm
somewhere.
Yeah. I'm part Indian, part Jewish, part Indian. You know, from Asia, Indian. You know, but your names. You know, you got these names like your name is the names. Yeah, but your original name.
Yeah, that was my grandfather. He was chief of the south side of the Opskopi Picani, the Blackfeet.
Is that given to you because of a reason? Because it's kind of like, look, for ignorance sake, just me being ignorant. Is it because
no, everybody understands? You know, like from my grandfather on, all descendants took on the last name of Running Crane. So we're the family lineage of Running Crane. Also, Chief Running Crane was the first or the last real chief of the south side of the Abskapi Pigani Blackfeet.
So that's so it's a family name.
Yeah, and I had my DNA done too. Us Blackfeet are really different from all tribes for the simple reason that our DNA scientifically is older than the Ice Age. And we've done archaeology around here, and we've found artifacts that are made by the Blackfeet during the Ice Age and after the Ice Age. You know, Ice Age too.
Yeah.
And they were made by my ancestors.
Do you know, I was going to ask, I watched a program. There's a program on a certain streaming channel, right? And it's about ancient cultures. And it's all to do with American cultures at the moment. You might be watching it or have watched it, but it's all to do with like American cultures. And there's one where he goes to, there's this archaeologist, and he looks at what these American Indians have done. They've drawn on rocks these kind of pictures of, it looks like rows of X's in boxes, and then there's a dash, a straight line, and there's another row of X's and a straight line. And they believed it was something to do with the movements of the sun and the planet. I think it was Venus. And then there was something else where there was an asteroid which they believe hit the Earth, and that's what caused the big massive flood. And they wrote that down as these drawings, as these sort of but we're finding it very hard to try and decipher them. Decipher them.
Well,
We can't.
the natives believe, like, down in the all the canyons, all the in Arizona and New Mexico and all throughout there, all
Mm,
those canyons, that it was the flood that made them.
okay. Yeah.
All that their people once were there, and like the Anasazi, they're a race of people that just plumb disappeared. Nothing ever was found of them. At one time, there was hundreds of them, and then they all just disappeared. And where their village was, or where they stayed in those rocks, you can
mm,
see where like UFOs like took off out of there.
mm.
That's what I believe.
Do you know? Can I ask? Can I ask you, Wade? What does your people, your clan, think of UFOs? Down through the generations. I mean, do they?
I wish everybody was here, because the feelings are mixed, but a majority is, oh damn, oh, they're real. My uncle's got a tape uh, of when he taped, and he even claims that it abducted him. But he has that tape in the bank vault, and if anybody wants to see it, they have to pay to see it. That's all he said. That's all he told me. He said, "Damn! Before you locked it up, you should let me see it." He said, "No, it happened," and he still claims that he has some kind of instrument that was embedded in him,
Okay.
and then
So they put something in him. They put something under his skin.
and then like about 2-3 days ago, Joan's still smoking from Browning, a local resident of here, uh, took pictures and filmed a UFO coming from Cutbank to Browning.
Okay.
And then, like, uh, do you wanna? I'll tell you, like, my house here. One time we had an incident where 5 of us witnessed it. Me, my wife Ramona, my son Zach, my son Ryan, and my daughter-in-law Heather Newroad. We all witnessed a Bigfoot, an alien, and 4 UFOs for 2.5 hours right in front of my house. It was quite exciting. They didn't harm us, they didn't hurt us. They just kind of checked us out. We checked them out. They raised hell with us somewhat. Uh, Acted curious, but that's all.
Okay, hang on, Wade. That's not all. Hang on. So, can you go through blow by blow exactly what happened? Because you're talking about an alien. You saw an alien, a UFO, and a Bigfoot. Is that what you're saying?
Because when it first started, the alien that we encountered at first joined the ones that were also up by above my house that my wife was witnessing, that I wasn't witnessing at the time, because I was over chasing that one UFO at the time, and then Bigfoot chased us from there back. We had our business over there was at first was we were checking to see if there were poachers, because we had 5 horses shot and killed by poachers that just shot and killed them for no reason. And so we were going over. We're kind of like checking it out. My son's from in the army too. He
Okay.
was on come home that time, and he come with me, and we went across the creek, the river, and we come back, and Bigfoot was chasing us back. But that UFO, when we seen that, it was going around like this, going around like that, and willows that are so thick. no car could drive in there, but it looked like headlight and car tail lights in those willows moving around like a car.
Yeah.
And it even looked like it was driving on the road, and there was no friggin' road there. We and my son knew it. We knew what that was something else. And then it kind of drove off in the opposite direction from us, and we thought, well, we better get back over to the house because we were over there quite a while, checking that thing out. And when we headed back, I was in my Ford Escape, and he was out my back window looking back, sitting out the window.
Mm.
And observing to see if anything was still there or following us. He said, "Holy shit, Dad, there's something chasing us." And I told him, "What?" And I looked in my rear view and I could see something big, like jumping up and down in my rear view, and I'm driving through like a dirt road, across the prairie.
Okay. I'll stop you there, dude. What did it look like, Wade? What did this thing look like? Can you tell us?
It was dark. It was big, huge. It was tall. It kept running away from us too, and when we chase it, because there was a point where we came out of where it was chasing us, and we circled around and tried to get behind it and chase it, and it just went over a bank and by the river and got low and kind of hid from us, and I couldn't drive my car into the river.
No, sure. How
And
big was it? How big was this thing, do you think, Wade?
well, the one we saw was probably about 10, 11 feet.
Okay.
And what was weird about the alien, when we got back over the house, right? The alien was about I'd say about 9 feet, and it had little skinny fingers. You could make it out just clear, but it was transparent, like it was trying to cloak.
Yeah.
And honest to God, it was going from this big tire that's in front of my house, tractor tire, over to my fence brace, like moving like this. Go towards you and go back.
Okay. You know when it moved, Wade. You know when it went like, where's the camera?
It had those
Yeah.
big almond eyes. No lie,
Wait.
it had a head.
Okay. Wait. When it moved, did you see it kind of like as it moved, it morphed out and then appeared, and then morphed out and appeared, and then
Yeah,
morphed out and appeared,
it disappeared almost.
and then it just reappeared
It
somewhere else really quick?
like a blur.
Okay. And explain again. Did it? What actually did you think it looked like? What did it look like?
Alien.
No, I know, but his eyes were big. Yeah, was it
Yeah.
eyes big?
I mean, I ain't never seen one before. That was my first.
Okay, so you were chased by this UFO, or you were chasing a UFO? You were
No,
chasing.
the UFO was observing when it was down in those willows because it was so thick you couldn't even walk in there, let alone a car driving there.
Okay, all right, and then that disappeared. Well, it went down. It went down where you couldn't drive. You couldn't follow it anymore. Yeah.
And we thought it was best to get back to our house. That's when my son was out the window, and the Bigfoot chased us for quite a ways, about 1,000 yards back across the river and everything. I mean, we were speeding through the gate and everything. When we were trying to get it to where we could turn around and chase it with our headlights on it because it was dark.
Okay. Right. With that, and that was all one episode, right? That was all one. That was all happened all together.
Yeah, all of it.
Okay. Right. So again, just to reconfirm, me through it again, right from the beginning, a bit slowly, because I can't take it all in.
Okay.
Why? What happened? What happened? Why were you out there? Why were you out there?
Okay. We had went across the creek because we had seen some car lights, right? And when there ain't supposed to be nobody across the creek
Uh-huh.
and the river, and I can even show you. There ain't supposed to be nobody over there. We have an old arena down there. See it?
Okay.
That's over that way. It was where that we saw that first UFO, but we thought it was a car. We thought they were poachers, and it chased us back over here and up here, and we turned around and chased it over this way, and it jumped right back over the river where those cliffs over there. You can't see them. I'm kind of getting cold. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an eagle's nest right there too. Go bald eagle.
Yeah.
Come on. Gotta let all my dogs out.
Oh, bless them. Okay. Right.
Okay.
So you saw the lights. You saw the lights. You showed us where you saw the lights. Then what happened? You went in the car with your son, did you?
Yeah. He rode with me over there. And all we had was a high-powered pellet gun and a samurai sword.
A samurai.
Neither one of us knew how to use the sword. So we thought,
do you know what? I wonder what these aliens think of us, you know.
well, we thought it was best because we was kind of like we was kind of like outmatched, you know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, slightly.
So we turned back and we come over here. That's when we picked up that Bigfoot, and he follows. You kind of remember the area back over, but he was chasing us in my SUV. I had to hit the river in full blast, no stopping, and I was hitting boulders going across. Right. But even if I broke my vehicle, I had to get away because he was on our ass. You could hear him running behind us.
Well, okay. Like, let's unpack that a little bit, right? So, the bit of Bigfoot, yeah.
Yeah, but
Is this?
I really can't look back. I see something big chasing us, but I can't look back too good because I gotta haul ass.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, yeah. Right, but in the mirrors, when you looked in the mirrors, you saw it was basically what you thought was a Bigfoot.
It was hairy, big. You could see its hair, everything, you know, like when it would run, like when it would swing its arms and move its legs and stuff. You could tell, holy shit, that's something big.
Okay. Did it look like, can I ask you something, Wade?
Like a bear pack.
Okay.
Fast.
Wade. Yeah, was it? How fast were you going?
Oh shit, we got up to about 50 miles an hour across the prairie. We were hitting bumps that normally we wouldn't drive that fast. We had to fly.
And it was keeping up with you.
When we hit the river, we're still going pretty fast. Even when we slowed down when we hit the water, but as soon as we got to the other side, we tried to speed through the gate and get away from the Bigfoot some more.
Okay. Did it make any noise? Did it shout? You hear any screams? Any shouting? Any like kind of?
No, it's just chasing us. Didn't do nothing. Didn't do none of that. Because I've heard them before, man. They're pretty scary. If you ever hear one, when they make the big like male dominant sound, oh shit, you're gonna feel like it's right by your side.
Okay.
You'll feel it. You'll feel it how big it is. You'll feel it how strong it is.
Yeah. You know the recording of the Ohio dog. I think it's Bigfoot. Is it like that? Is it also? You know the Patterson Gimlin film of Bigfoot, the Patty film.
That's a female.
Did it look like that? But you
No,
know, did it?
it's a female. That one.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
smaller than the one I seen. She was smaller than it. A lot of them I've seen. You know, like I've worked with a lot of Bigfooters since I started this, trying to, share and prove what I know. Uh,
Mm.
and a lot of them that came here, like from the History Channel and so forth, ripped me
Mm.
off. And they also ripped off the people here.
What do you mean ripped you off? Why would they? How did they rip you off? Oh,
Yeah,
they said they'd pay you for a story, and they didn't.
showed them the places where Bigfoots were and so forth. And they got a lot of good documents. I even have some of the tapes that they taped.
And they just took it. They just like kind of found out where you showed them. You gave them
Well, Tom
tape.
Bastardi was one of the people that made millions off of the evidence he got from here, and they've never showed it, but it's proof. And he made millions of dollars off of it, but he never paid none of us.
Yeah.
And we're the ones doing all the footwork, and the
Sure. Yeah.
evidence and so forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tracks,
No, I get it.
yeah, sightings. Oh, we have a lot of UFOs here, not just the same one kind. We have a lot of different. They're all different from each other. It's weird.
What?
It seems like they come from the mountains and they go back into the mountains.
Do you think they're linked to Bigfoot? Do you think they dropped Bigfoot off?
I believe there's somewhat a connection to them. Yeah, because my people have been encountering the same activity for thousands and thousands of years. So you equate that to your knowledge.
Hmm. Have you asked? You know, when you were a kid, when you were a boy, was it ever told to you about Bigfoot? Was that story? Was it witnessed by your great
No,
grandfather, your
we
grandfather?
discussed it because they didn't want us to worry about it or think about it or know about it. If we learned about it, it was on our own. But then when we did have questions about it as we got older, we'd hear about it and see the Patterson film, because that really got me kind of thinking. And I went to it. And at that time, keep in mind, I'm still a skeptic, a doubter. I don't believe they're real at all. At all. But you can't convince me they're not now.
No, not if one's been chasing you.
3 years old. I know what I'm talking about. I really.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I mean, it's just at the moment you've given so much information, and the information you've given is like kind of just overloaded my head, because in one instance you've got uh where you've seen lights, you pointed out the lights, you drove over there, the UFO disappeared, yeah, it went down a canyon, right? And
Mhm.
then you went back home, then as
But he
alien.
put out a canyon, like some cliffs, and then the river,
Uh-huh.
the cliffs in the river. You can't go past that point.
I got you. I got you. So you went back home, right? You went back
Yeah,
home. Okay.
yeah.
And right, when you went back home at that point,
No, before I got home, I turned around in a big circle, or not a big circle, but the quickest circle I could turn in my SUV to chase it. And that's when it jumped over the bank. We seen it. the height roughly, just a quick glimpse of it for about, I'd say about 5 seconds, and then it was gone.
Okay, and that was the UFO.
No, that was a Bigfoot.
See, this is what, look, okay, this is where it's getting complicated. All right, so you saw the UFO that went down the bank, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then,
okay.
and after the big UFO leaves and we start coming back, that's when we pick up the Bigfoot. But at first we didn't know it was following us.
Okay.
Or chasing us. It was chasing us more or less, not following us. It was chasing us. Like,
Okay. Okay. So you saw the Bigfoot for about
huh?
yeah, you saw the Bigfoot for a few seconds,
Yeah.
and then
That's when I filled out, and my son's still out the window. Hurry up, Dad, go faster. He can tell you himself. He'll tell you.
right. Do you know, it seems to me, and that it's
Himself now.
it seems to me they are linked. That UFO had something to do with, for you to witness a Bigfoot straight after a UFO sighting. It seems like it's been dropped off.
That's right. That's it. After I thought about it, like up to now, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. It got dropped off by that UFO. Same. The alien, I don't know. That thing just kind of appeared because my wife and them seen that separate from us. At first, they were watching it for the longest time, and then we came over and they pointed it out to me and my son Ryan, and we
Okay.
checked it out, and like we were thinking like, holy shit, never seen an alien before. Wow.
Wait. When you when the Bigfoot was chasing you in your vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you lose the Bigfoot, or did the Bigfoot follow you home? Did it follow you home?
No, it actually showed up coming. We had some horses out here. At that time we had about 40 head out here. They were all in this field, and those horses were coming up this way, and that Bigfoot came up the middle of them. Me and my son chased it up the road, and in two separate cars, two separate vehicles. I was over here by the road, on top of the road, and he was over here. We were shining our spotlights down as much as we could to try to pick up the Bigfoot, and it kept disappearing and stuff. But the Bigfoot had gotten on the ground and hid from us, and it crawled along that brush line over there along the road until it could stand up and run away. But it came up between the horses, and it split the horses up, and they all ran around and got joined back up with each other. But that's when we saw it right up here when chased it up the road. Did you get that?
Okay. Yeah, I got that. Thank you. All right. Okay, wait. After that, how long after that was it that you had your next experience with the alien?
We haven't had no experience or nothing yet to date.
You know when you saw the alien? No. You know when you saw the alien? When did you see that alien? Was it after you saw Bigfoot?
Well, after we got done chasing it up there on the road, we came down, and the women were still here, and my baby, my son, and they were watching the alien.
Right. And it was just one alien.
Yeah, just one. But he was
Man, oh
tall,
man.
and he was
Man.
slim with a big head.
Was he wearing any clothes? Did you see clothes?
No,
Was it
looked like I don't know, he like had it was his body or his suit or whatever. I don't know.
what color was he? What color?
It was just totally whitish gray, kind of
Okay.
transparent, almost
Did he
see
look?
through.
Tell me what he looked like. Did he look like a grey?
That was my first alien. in my honest opinion, he looked like a gray.
Okay.
He didn't act like he was like bad or mean or scary, you know. He just wanted us to know that he was real or curious about us or something.
What was he doing out there? Just looking at you?
Yeah,
Was he
just he's just standing there messing with us, showing us that they were there, they were real. That's all.
Okay. Did he park it? Was the ship close? Did you see the spaceship close by?
Oh, they were far away. They were up in the sky all the time, you know, flying around. I
Right.
don't know.
Okay.
I can't tell you what she saw, but I know that I saw a blue one, a yellow one, and a red one, and a white one. The four I saw. And then what was weird about it is they all joined together towards the end and flew towards the west, towards the Rocky Mountains.
Okay. What happened with the alien? Did it disappear? What happened to it? Did you
Yeah, it
see?
just disappeared on its own. Just while we were watching it was gone.
Okay.
Never come back. You know, we kept looking for it.
All right. One last one question I've got for you. You know, when you saw the alien, how did that make you feel? Did you feel scared? Did you feel um did you feel intimidated by it? Did you feel
Hell no, I ain't scared of nothing. I wanted to talk to it. I wanted to talk
did,
to it. The Bigfoot was acting like he was going to hurt us.
and there was a Bigfoot there as well, or not?
No,
Just the
no,
alien.
the alien.
Just the
It was,
alien.
when we done with Bigfoot, we came back and that's when we focused on the alien. He disappeared
Okay.
because he disappeared because we were going to walk out there and try to talk to him or something, you know, catch him.
Yeah, sure.
Who's going to try to catch him, keep him?
Oh man, yeah, that would have been so cool. That would have been really so cool.
Story. You know what? You want to hear about the first incident I ever had?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, I want to hear. I want to hear. Yeah, please.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about the true story. We're firefighting in Elk Creek, Idaho. I was on the MIF firefighting. MIF firefighting is Montana Indian Firefighters of Montana, and we can travel anywhere we are. If there's a fire going anywhere in the United States, Canada, we can join up with another tribe, and because we're well-trained firefighters, and we can go out with other firefighters because we know how to firefight and they do too. So we go out with them. Well, anyways, we went to Elk Creek, Idaho, and we were put on spike camp for about a week. And they gave us time when they finally took us off the mountain, and to eat and take a shower. And I went out not only as a firefighter, but I'm an EMT and a paramedic, and I went out as both. I was fighting fire while I was a medic at the same time. If anybody needed me, I'd stop firefighting and go work on them. Anyway, part of my duty was when everybody gets done at the shower, I have to make sure my whole squad makes it back to camp.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing that. I was the last one coming back. And back in them days, we had Walkmans, and we had they issue on the fire line. They issue all firefighters headlamps, and they're little more than the ones they sell on on the market.
Mm-hmm.
But I use mine when I needed to, like a spotlight. I'll tell you about that part later. But anyway, as I was walking back from the showers, we all had finished eating, and everybody was tired. It was about 2:30 at night when they went and picked us up off of the mountain and brought us back to camp. Then it was about 3 o'clock, and we ate. And then it was about 3:30, and everybody got done taking their showers and was tired and went to bed to turn in. And we had a one main body where all of us kind of all hunkered down together, and then we had another, like a bunch of other stragglers in our crew that had their own tents, and they put them up outside of the camp away from us. Yeah, well, anyway, walking back from the showers, I noticed a deer to my right, and I thought, wow, how neat, how cool. And admired that deer because it was life, and all I had seen up until that point was burnt trees and smelt smoke and ash and death, and I was sick of it. And that was pretty exciting to see green trees and a deer. It really kind of made my heart sore. Well, anyway, I looked up, and there was housing I'd say about 9 houses with the floodlights outside of them. By each house had their own floodlight, and I looked, and honest to God, I could see something walking. Then it would get on all fours, sniff the ground like it was hunting, and walk on all fours like no problem. Stand back upright, and it's still quite a distance. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm telling my crew, "Hey, you guys, get up! What is this?" And they're saying, "Running crane, go to bed. It's late. We're tired." And then I kind of got quiet, and I just kept looking. And I was watching this creature as it moved, and it would keep doing that, like get down on the ground and sniff the ground and get back up, stand upright, and walk some more and look around and stop and sniff the air. And anyway, it went out of sight too. But all of this, keep in mind, is about 20 minutes. I'm witnessing this creature walk past all these houses behind the ranger station in Elk Creek National Park. And the rangers, by the way, were our security in camp, in our R&R camp. It was supposed to be our rest and relaxation. We were going to be there we got to have a few days off before we went out on the fire again. Well, anyway, the creature must have walked past and behind the ranger station in order to get to into our camp. And in our camp, when it walked through this gate, past the ranger station, in past this gate into our camp, was where we had restrooms, places to wash up before you eat, and so forth. And then where we ate, and then we had our first aid, our HR, and all of that, where we meet in the morning and have our meetings before we all get sent out to where we're going to fight fire. Well, anyway, it had come into that area, and then there was a bunch of vehicles parked out there too. It came in past that gate. Honest to God, what I'm about to tell you may blow your mind. But this is what I saw. This is what I witnessed Bigfoot do. I did not know what the hell I was looking at. And keep in mind, I'm still hollering at my crew to get up, and they're still saying, "Walk, running crane, go to bed. It's late. We're tired." And then I didn't know it towards the end. Someone else was peeking at me, my squad boss, and he was getting ready to jump up with his flashlight I didn't know he was getting ready. Well, anyway, this creature comes through the gate. I'm still a skeptic, a doubter, okay? I don't believe they're real. This is my first encounter. I've been told about them up to now, but I didn't think they were real. Other people told me they seen them, but they only seen glimpses. They never saw what I see. When it came through the gate, it got on the ground and it laid flat. The grass was about 2 feet high or so, and it was trying to hide in that grass, and it laid flat. I could still see it. Like, it was huge, laying flat on the ground. Then it looked up at me, and it got on its toes and its fingernails, and how the hell it did it, with its hands like stretched out and its feet behind it, how it did it. It walked on its toes and fingers looking up at me, towards me. Then it stopped because it realized it. I still had my headlamp on it, like a spotlight on its eyes, and its eyes were blood red. And the hugest eyes, like our eyes are right here. Its eyes were like way the fuck over here on both sides.
Yeah.
It was that big. Okay. Anyway, it was on the ground. Then it gets up on all fours, right?
Yeah.
And it still looks like a Bigfoot, but it does this. And then it makes like a paw out of its fist without making a sound. A snout came out, the ears came up like a wolf. And how it did it with its back legs, I cannot tell you, but I witnessed it ship-shape morph without making a sound. And it's still huge as hell, with the same hair, same color, everything. And it watched me some more. And it's got quite a ways to, as it's walking towards me, I'd say I'm like about 3,000 or 1,500 feet, I'll say. And it's like walking towards me. It gets about 500 feet. Then it does this, like flattens it on the ground, its palm of its hand on the ground. And it literally turned into the biggest grizzly bear I ever seen. The snout went back a little bit shorter and rounder, and the ears came down a little bit shorter and rounder, and a hump came up on its back. The reason I knew it wasn't a wolf because it had no tail, but it would still look like a wolf.
Okay.
Then, check this out. When it walks up to me and stands up to me, it kind of gets like from all fours as a grizzly bear, and it's morphing back. It pushes off of its knee somewhat like that, and I remember that much when it stood back up and it was 8 feet in front of me, and we were face to face. There was no way I could run because I knew if I ran, he might think I was food, and grab me. And then I let out a last plea. Fuck you guys, get up. And I said it louder than usual.
Yeah.
And next thing, but that creature, before all that, he looked at me like he was going to tear me a new asshole. And I kept looking at him. Like this. I'd look straight in the eye, right? Because I wanted to record his face with my bestest photogenic memory.
Yeah.
And I would look me in the eye. You got to see this. What I do. I would look at it straight in the eye. Then I would look at his chest. Then I'd look up, look at his face again. Because keep in mind, I'm looking at something that's 11, 12 feet and wider than hell, solid muscle, not fat at all, total muscle. I mean, talk about shape. Holy shit. He was defined. I wish I had his abilities. Anyway, he looked me in the eye after he sniffed me up and down, and I smelt him too. Before I let out my last plea, and I woke somebody that Byard Kirkleedy got up and witnessed what I was seeing. He jumped up and flashed. He had a bigger flashlight than me, and he jumped up with his flashlight, and he turned his on. And he goes, "Holy shit, running crane! What the fuck is that?" And I told him, "It's Bigfoot!" as loud as I could, because my full intentions were to wake up the whole camp. I was trying to get proof, documentation, whatever. But when the Rangers came in, like after I think everything kind of simmered down, and what happened, and everybody go to bed. I was telling the Rangers, I want to record this. You know what they told me? Oh no, we're not recording this.
Okay. So they didn't make a report of your. They didn't make a report of your account.
Oh no, go to bed. That's what they told me. And I had to follow orders. I was working.
Okay.
It's like the army when you're firefighting. You got to follow orders.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wade, can I ask you about that? Right. You said when you first saw it, it was all on all fours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There have been accounts of Bigfoot or Sasquatch walking in a crab-like manner, a real strange crab-like manner. Did it move on all fours? Was it awkward to look at when it moved on all fours?
It could do stuff that just blow your mind. You just can't fathom it because it's something else. It's just out of this world what it can do.
Right. Do you know the one thing about your account is it changed shape? How could it change shape?
That's what gets me.
How?
Yeah. Can I kind of teach you something?
Yeah.
We Native Americans know that he's big medicine. He's powerful. He's a helper. He heals people.
He's what people? He's what people?
Call him in ceremony to come in and heal us and doctor us when nobody else can. We've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. Before the Europeans ever come to this continent, we were using the ceremony to heal and doctor our people.
Okay. Right. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay. Now.
Also have Bigfoots that live right here in our Glacier National Park mountains. And they're protected by us. That's why they don't leave.
Okay.
That's our way of protecting them by not bothering them, not trying to kill one, not trying to capture one.
Do the local like the Rangers, they know about them? The Rangers know about them, right?
Oh hell yeah, they're part of suppressing the truth about them.
With the Native Americans,
they even stole a baby Bigfoot from us. That was our evidence that we can't retrieve or get back because it came up missing, and also they said the DNA said come back it was a beaver. And when you look at the tape I got of the big baby Bigfoot, you'll see what I mean. Why we know what color they are when they're born. We also know that they're born just like, any other animal in the springtime. We've
Okay,
known that for thousands of years.
right. Okay, so they're born. They breed. You're saying they breed, and they're born, and they bear their young in the springtime, right?
Yeah, they hang in
Okay.
family.
Okay.
Very intelligent, but at the same time, they're very strong and wild and
Okay.
fast.
And for natives, when you can call upon the Sasquatch, you can call upon it because it is big medicine to you guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a, he, this may sound dumb, but what Bigfoot asked me to do meant telepathically.
Mm.
Looked me in the eye. He looked me right in the face without talking. He told me this to protect all trees and water. That's all he said. It meant protecting animals, everything. My dad was a trapper and hunter, and I could have been a trapper and hunter too. But after my Bigfoot encounter, I totally quit hunting and trapping. I fish, but that's it.
Mm. Okay. Have you been part of any ceremonies where you call upon Bigfoot to come close to you?
Yeah,
to-
I was
has
Dr.
it?
Self when I had a broken back. I
Okay,
couldn't.
can you tell me about that?
My grandpa Willie Running Crane, when he was alive, had him perform a Bigfoot ceremony where we went and sweated and prayed. Then we went into the ceremony and they called Bigfoot in and he came in. They told me what to do and I did it and he healed me. And then after that, I start seeing him.
Okay.
And I don't think it's any of it's made up because like when I got back from the fire line, I went straight to the psychologist and the therapist, and I told him. I mean, he's a reputable guy, and I know him. I told him, "Am I nuts? Am I crazy?" He said, "Wait, what the hell's making you think you're nuts or crazy?" He says, "Tell me the story." And the same story I basically told you.
Yeah.
After we were done, there was another psychologist in there with him. And after we got done, I got done talking. He looked at me and he told me, "Mr. Running Crane, go home knowing full well you're very sane. That did happen." Wow.
Do you know what? That's absolutely that has blown my mind. That story, what's blown my mind is I'm not sure what you saw. You know when you had the camp and you looked over and it was on all fours and then it rose up and then
It's,
you said it had
was
ears?
no, it turned into a
What?
wolf,
I mean, it changed into a wolf.
turned into a grizzly bear, and then back into Bigfoot.
I
That's
mean, that
tough.
is insane, Wade. That is so crazy.
Okay, check this out. My wife sold some earrings to his ex-wife down there in Hayes, Montana, where I fought fire,
Yeah.
and she told my wife, "That's the same story that Byard Kirkleday told me," and that was my other witness that seen the same thing I saw. Yeah, he saw it too. So
Okay.
real.
Okay. Right. Blimey. Uh-huh. And the Rangers, uh, I don't get the Rangers. Why would they turn around and say, "Look,
Oh shit! If they would have start documenting it, we could have went and got hair. We could have got tracks. We could have got all that. They
yeah,
wouldn't let me
yeah,
touch
yeah,
nothing.
yeah."
They wouldn't let me even go look.
Why are they hiding it?
Remember I was
Why?
telling you about my crew that were all camped out around. They were with
Yeah.
but they had their own tents. They
Yeah.
all moved in the main camp after that because we were still there for about 3 more days, and that Bigfoot was walking around our whole camp all that time. We could hear it
Okay.
making noises, sounds and wood knocks, tree knocks, and howling, screaming, whatever, with
Yeah.
like mimicking animals.
Yeah. Do you
That's where
think? Do you,
I learned it from, because uh, we start making animal sounds after Bigfoot's taught us. We start practicing all the medicine and food that grows out there wild after Bigfoot taught us. That's what we learned. Does that make any sense to you?
no. No.
Probably blows your mind. Never heard nothing like this before.
Never
There's
heard anything like
It's
this.
old prophecy. When the white man's ready to learn, it's time to teach him.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I get it. Yeah. Do you know? You know when it changed shape, right? I've heard about that before. I've heard
They
before.
can disappear like disappear, cloak.
Okay, can it adopt other animals' shapes? Could it be a rabbit? Do
No,
you think it could?
it's got to be something big that would fool you. Like if you're out in the timber and you're walking and you see a grizzly bear or a wolf, well, it wants to fool you, so it'll change into that and walk away, and you just get a glimpse of it, but. Because Bigfoots, they try to hide their tracks and they try not to be seen. I've had incidents here where because I'm an investigator.
Mm.
Police, the Blackfeet tribal police, the sheriff's department, the FBI, they all know I'm a real Bigfoot hunter, investigator.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I was on one hunt where we actually witnessed a baby Bigfoot playing around a tree, like with one arm, swinging, going in circles around this one tree that was clear for it to
Yeah.
swing up. And the
Uh-huh.
mom was like haunched down on the ground watching us and watching her baby at the same time. And then later on, when I went back up there, we heard the Bigfoot, because we seen the mama and the baby, and the mama had the baby on the shoulders, running on this road into the willows, and there was like about 3 or 4 of us, and we all saw it, and we're, oh shit, look at that, there she is. And because we knew she was there, but we knew there was more than just her too. Well, anyway, she ran across that road into the willows up by their house. It's kind of a ways up by the mountains. It's called Whitetail. And uh we later on we heard that male just close by their house, where they were kind of like sleeping and eating. They ate a whole moose there too.
A whole moose.
Yeah. And there there was about 6 or 7 of them in that one spot. Anyway, that place is still there too. I got some of my Bigfoot scat from there too. Check this out. Dogs went after the Bigfoot scat like it was more valuable than anything else they ate.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't blame you. It would be. It would
uh,
be.
Only human stool is that appetizing to a dog.
Say
Compared,
that again. Say that again. Wait, what? Say that.
my dogs showed me that only humans poop is equal to Bigfoot poop when it comes to a dog eating it.
Okay.
Because dogs don't just eat any kind of poop. They
Yeah.
only eat time.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm trying to tell you about when the male Bigfoot was giving the female Bigfoot hell because she got seen by us and heard by us with that baby.
Okay.
He was, she was, he was going like to her, and she was going like, and he was doing that.
Okay.
Like,
So he was telling her off. Really, he was telling her off.
yeah, don't be seen by these people. Don't be out there showing off or whatever, you know.
Okay, right. Would you say that? How intelligent do you think they are? Are they? How intelligent do you think they
For
are?
big wild creatures like they are, they're very intelligent. They can survive.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely know how to more blend and cloak. They know how to evade us. I know
My
that. They know
Lake,
how to. I mean, they're huge. They're
my
huge
people
things.
came to this. We've been here since time immemorial, and we've been here longer than the Ice Age. We've walked and lived with the giants. You can
Okay.
the whole tribe. They'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
Do you think the tribes? Do you think because the tribes hold Sasquatch in reverence, and they know the power that the Sasquatch has, do you think it has more of a more of a relationship with your people, a stronger relationship with your
We
people
call it
than
holy.
say any white man would have?
We call it holy and sacred.
Would a Westerner have that? Could the Westerner have that type of relationship with a Bigfoot? Sorry, a Sasquatch
Yeah, you
that
got to
your people can have?
your mind. First of all, if you leave it closed, you'll never see it because you're not one of us.
So yeah, what I'm getting at is, being that time immemorial, the Native Americans, indigenous Americans have known and have revered this creature. Okay,
We've even warred with it,
even sorry,
even fought with it.
when did that happen?
In the ancient past.
Ah, okay. Well, you mean it fought? It helped fight, defend your people.
No, we established our boundaries where we would be, and they established where we couldn't go.
Oh, okay, okay, got you. All right, okay. Do you know of those? Do you know those boundaries now to this day? Do you know the boundary
Oh
you
hell
can
yeah!
go to?
I
You do,
could take
yeah.
right to where there's some. Make a believer out of you.
um, do you know some of the things I've seen? I think in this world, I think it. I am a believer. I am a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Honestly, I do. I've got no reason to doubt you, my friend. No
And
reason to doubt
in all my interviews, I interview my local people, and they're people I trust. They're people I know are telling me the truth. They're not bullshitting me. They're not lying.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. You know, I've spoken to people about Dogman. I've spoken to people about Bigfoot, and Do you know what, Wade? These people, they're not nut jobs. They're not crazy. They're not crackheads.
No,
They're normal people. You know.
That's why when people doubt me, because I'm just trying to tell them the truth, and then they tell me I'm full of shit. I'm hoaxing everybody, and I
No, I don't
the
think
hoax. There ain't nothing to even fear. I went there.
you know.
You ain't got to go through it.
Yeah. No, that's right.
And it, honest to God, happened to me. All of that stuff I'm telling you about. I missed every bit of it.
Wade, can I ask you this? If they're worried, they must be really worried about the way we're acting at the moment, right? Because the way that our people's Westerners anyway, are acting at the moment, we're acting like idiots. We're destroying the planet. We're ruining everything.
But look at it like this. You know, they say to us Bigfoot people that we're conjuring up demons, and like on the religious side of it, we're conjuring up all these other creatures. We're not conjuring nothing. They existed long before we ever discovered them.
Yeah. What I was getting at, Wade, was why doesn't Bigfoot actually like come out and say? I mean, there must be a lot of them, right? There must be, quite big groups, because I've noticed that with people, there's groups of them. There's clans of big Sasquatch. You know, why don't they come forward and say, look, fix the goddamn planet, or we will fix you? Why don't they say that?
Because it's not their place. God didn't give them that place, that power. We're dominant. It's up to us to all come together, make it work.
Did they? You said an interesting thing. God, do you know for a fact that they have the same God, that they believe in a higher power than themselves?
There's one God, one creator. We call him Napi Natusi. He's the same God as yours and mine. Same God. There's no different God. And he had a son. And that son brought with him the Holy Spirit to bless the world if they believe. If everybody would have faith and believe in him, it don't matter what religion you are. It's your faith that's going to save you if you believe in him. If you don't, you will not be saved.
Yeah, I agree.
He's real. He's alive right now. He's up there just waiting for the right moment to come back. I don't know when, but I know he's coming.
Yeah. I tell you what, Wade, he's here with us all the while. Do you know in what form? The Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is always around. He's the messenger. He's the go-to guy. He's the one you talk to. He's the one you have a word with and say, look,
You're asking me about everything. Bigfoot gave me this answer. Faith. When it all stops, what is it? It's all one. Even Bigfoot's aliens, UFOs, they all come from the one and only creator too. You, me, the universe was all created by him.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. No, I agree. I do. I do 100% agree with you. I do. In your people, this gets me, right? Because a lot of times with Westerners, and even Americans, white people always often say, like with Skinwalker Ranch, Skinwalker Ranch, they always say, and to a lot of people, what you described when you said this Bigfoot was on all fours and it changed into a grizzly, it changed into like a wolf. they would turn around to you and say, "You saw a skinwalker." What do you say to them? Why do you
Ah,
think it's not a skinwalker?
I saw a Bigfoot shape. Had the ability to shape. In order to fool us when we're out hunting, we see a grizzly bear or a wolf. That's what we think we're seeing. And who knows what else it can do?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you don't think there's such a thing as like what they call skinwalkers or
No, they're real too. But those are benevolent creatures that are brought on by um, Native Americans that know how to conjure up evil black magic power and eat
okay.
humans. If that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but but like for a skinwalker, um, they're evil.
They are they?
Yeah, they can be killed though, but they're evil. And then we got goat man, and we got sheep man, and we got deer man and wolf man now. To me,
Mm.
I think people are seeing Bigfoot because they're describing them as somewhat the same size creature, tall,
Yeah. Yeah.
9 feet or taller. I've even heard people say 15 feet. I don't know about that, but anything's possible after I seen a 12-footer.
I've been told that, I've been told by witnesses that it was about 14 to 15 feet high, when they saw this Sasquatch. That's huge. That's a big one. That's huge. Um,
I'm telling
there's
you, they can flat ass. Like how we break a twig,
yeah.
they could take a redwood and do that.
Mm. But that's the thing. I've been in forests, okay? I've been in forests, and you probably had the same, where you see a tree, right? And the tree is broken about 7 or 8 foot up. It's snapped completely. And but if it was the wind or weather, it would bring it down or would snap it close to the root because the weight would act as a leverage.
But
I
that's
believe
that's
that's
going to
them.
mark in the direction they're going, so others will be able to find them, and they can follow it back the way they came. Like
Ah,
one
yeah.
thing, like we've learned about them is they follow like rivers and lakes,
Mm,
trees
yeah,
for so they can hide and keep
yeah.
kind of low, and they come out. They come out physically. When you see them, they'll be physical. You'll be thinking you're looking at another animal like a bear, a moose, or elk, whatever else is out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're physical when they want to be.
Have you can I ask you something, Wade? What do you think? Have you ever come across things like the structures in the wood, like teepee structures? The
Yes,
stick. What do you think
yes,
they are? What do you think they are?
made by Bigfoots because no human would do that. Not
I
even
know,
native.
and they serve no purpose. If I was going to do bushcraft, I would for a start, I would
To,
make them so that
to the
they were
Bigfoots,
waterproof. They'd waterproof. I'd put ferns over the top. I would put them somewhere where it wasn't so open.
but they
Uh,
can in any weather. They can live in any kind of weather.
but why do they make them? Why do Bigfoot make these TP structures?
The
And I see them everywhere.
message is amongst their own kind. Uh, where they're going, what to do next, but they have their own language.
Okay. Have you seen the ones? Do you know when you see a TP structure? Have you ever seen like the small step? They've got like a log, almost like a little tiny seat inside. They have like a log put inside, like a seat, they sit on.
No, I've
And
never
it's in.
seen that.
Yeah, I'll send you some photos over. Yeah, over
That
here. And they've got like, you go inside. And I'll tell you another thing. When you go investigating, if you see one of these TP structures, right, use a thermometer because you will find that the temperature inside is lower than the temperature, the latent temperature outside of the teepee. It's
Okay.
about 1 to 2 degrees cooler for some reason.
You think that could be radiation?
I think it could be something along the lines. Yeah, it could be something along those lines. It's quite an odd one. And you think the trees, when they're broken over, they are basically an arrow pointing to the direction that the Bigfoot's going
Yeah,
in.
so they can also find their way back because they can smell better than us. They can
You know when
smell.
when you got close to it, Wade, what did it smell of? Because a lot of people say, it stinks. It stinks like rotten meat, like rotten meat and garbage.
Oh, it smell like all kinds of anything stink it could roll itself in. That's what it smelled like. Anything
They
rotten dead along the way, its own poop, its own pee. Because I found where that spot where I was telling you about where they were all sleeping and eating. I found where the Bigfoots were rolling in their own urine and pee. Because we
Dogville.
also gathered hair from their where they were rolling.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, dogs will. Dogs will do the same because they'll because it helps them in hunting. Over here we have a lot of foxes in the UK, tons of foxes. And my 2 dogs, especially Ruby, if she sees a fox scat, she will roll in the bloody stuff. And she reeks. But that
Just
is a natural thing.
print kit.
What's
I
that?
got to take a fingerprint or a handprint. I wish I'd have had it when I come across some investigations. I didn't have it.
Yeah. Do you ever
I have
what's that?
ProCam.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I have kits that are for so I can come back with sterile evidence.
Samples.
I have all kinds of game cameras.
Yeah.
I got a ghillie suit.
Wade, with the game cameras,
I have more cameras and stuff.
do you know what, Wade? With the
Hmm?
game cameras, I don't think a lot of times game cameras work because I think they see the infrared.
Well, that too. Like with night vision, if you have night vision, you can actually film UFOs in daytime and turn your infrared on and just look around on a clear day. If there's any UFOs in the sky that are cloaking, you'll see them.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, do you know what I'd like to have? I'd like to have I heard somewhere that originally they had not infrared, they had the infragreen, those green lensed that the army had, or the Air
Well,
Force had. I think it was the army actually.
I'd have to get my son to get me signed up on the base so I can go get that kind of equipment.
I don't know. I don't think the BX would sell it. I don't think the BX would sell it. No.
I think they might, because I've seen a lot of equipment go out of there that shouldn't be out of there.
No, Wade, this thing, these goggles, did you hear about them? They put them on, right? And there was this helicopter gunner, and it was a story, right? I heard it, and I forget where I heard it now on a podcast. I know. And there's this gunner on a helicopter. He put on these infrared, but they were green lensed. They were the first sort that came out. They were green lensed, and all of a sudden, he started firing. And he fired off, and the guns on the helicopters like 50 caliber, flipping boom, 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 and he was just firing. And he got tapped on the shoulder, and they said, "Hey, calm down. What are you firing at?" He said, "All I see," he said, "are dragons and these flying demons everywhere." And he was shooting at those because in these glasses, that's what he saw.
Whoa. He was something real, because he picked it up in those glasses. See, stuff like that they keep suppressed. They won't tell us.
Yeah, no, they won't. No, they won't. No,
Can you
exactly.
blame 'em?
Will you come on? Would you come on again to have a chat?
Yeah, you bet.
All right, that's cool. Okay, listen. If you do that, that'd be great because we're coming up to an hour and a half now. Okay.
Pardon?
We're coming up to an hour and a half. We've been
Oh,
on.
okay.
Okay. So if you can come on again and tell us a few more stories, that'd be brilliant. Absolutely, I'd love that because do you know what? I love talking to you.
Oh, I got tons of information to share. They're all my investigations and my own witnessing, whatever.
Yeah, let's hear
I,
it. I think let's hear it. Yeah,
I'm also amateur archaeologist. My wife's a professional archaeologist. We look for dinosaurs and Native American sites.
What Roma? Roma's a
Everything else in between.
do
Cryptozoology also.
Okay, cool.
Because I've seen other creatures like in the water, lakes, that would blow anybody's mind.
Have you?
And I've got witnesses. I've even witnessed it too.
What the hell? We got to talk again. We got to talk again. Definitely. Listen, I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna just take you off. Okay.
Okay.
Is there any have you got any websites you want to promote, or you want to promote yourself, your Facebook?
What's anybody you want?
Yeah.
If you
If you
can,
send me any links, I'll just post the links on the description anyway, you know.
it's on Facebook.
Okay. All right then, yeah. Okay, I'll
Facebook,
do that.
want to post it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
Well, in my language, we say skinny mutson. See you later. We never say goodbye. We say skinny mutson. See you later.
Okay. Skinny matching.
Skinny mutson.
Okay, skinny matching, my friend. We'll speak soon.
Sagapi.
Sagapi.
The heart. Because
Sagapi.
the heart means we tell the truth.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Skinny marching and Sakachi.
Sagapi.
Sakapi. We got to talk again, brother. Okay, 1 minute. I was going to say, guys, thank you very much for listening. Wade is fantastic guy, absolutely fantastic guy. Definitely going to have him on again. He's blown my mind. Absolutely fantastic. Loved every minute of it. And yeah, drop in. Obviously, please like, share, subscribe, and thank you very much for listening. I do appreciate it. And yeah, from Dogman Teepee Hunting, myself, Phil Cotwell. Goodbye.